Hello, little hammies. This is Raystar, aka Hamdoodles, and we're going to be doing our first art tutorial on YouTube. Hello, little hammies. Today we're going to be doing a little tutorial style video. Please excuse me if it's not the most clear, as this is a style of video that I usually never do, but I thought I'd share some easy, fast tips and tricks for amateur artists to make their art look more interesting, or to maybe just improve their general digital art skills. This is intended more for anime slash cartoon style artwork, but feel free to apply this to other styles as well. I would also like to quickly mention that I'm not saying that there's any right way or correct style of art, but that the following is simply just things that I do myself that I'm now passing on to you as knowledge for you to make your own. The first part is a more towards beginner anime artists who have somewhat of a concept down of drawing the anime art style, but find their character's hair feeling flat or kind of wonky looking. And a lot of the time I see it's due to the fact that their hair lacks volumes. And this is easily fixed by giving volume to your hair before you even start drawing it. I see a lot of beginners draw their hair roots starting from the base of the head. Well, I actually like to personally give it some space. What creates extra volume in my hair is drawing a line along the head about a centimeter parallel to it, and then starting from there. That's kind of what gives you that voluptuous feeling of hair. Now, sticking to the idea of volume, this can also be applied to just about anything to make your art game just a step up better. For example, a lot of people like to tell me how fluffy my animal ears look when I draw it, and I like to think that's due to the fact that rather than going for the basic ear shape, I add volume to it by drawing a parallel line. Once again, I am paralleling a line, if paralleling is even a word, to the insides of the ear, and then kind of giving it that extra fur from there. Doing that is kind of what gives your character's specific parts depth, kind of gives it more realism almost in a sense. Another thing you can do is add volume to clothes. Putting in that extra effort to draw a line along the pre-existing lines of your character's body to give it volume, or to give the clothes volume, makes it feel, once again, more realistic. Trying to draw clothes directly onto the body or base that you have drawn feels a little strange, and even if the clothing was skin tight, there would be a certain amount of mass that sits on top of the body, and it doesn't merge into your body. Another trick to making your art look more interesting is adding different line weights. This is a very common kind of line work that you see in manga styles, and personally in my traditional artwork I use a varying amount of line weights in just one drawing. But for digital art, I don't really do that as much, but I do enjoy making the outside or the outline of my line art a lot thicker. This definitely makes my piece pop a lot more than before when it didn't have it. Sometimes doing this can create problems. While the overall image pops more, I feel like I lose details. Like, for example, in the eyes. The shape of the lashes that I drew have disappeared into the thicker outline. For that, and this is a new tip by me, I'll sometimes outline my eyelashes in white. Or if I'm feeling really creative, I'll outline it in a color or maybe even a gradient. You can kind of just get fun with it. And this doesn't have to just be eyelashes. Sometimes you can do this for other parts of the body, or even clothing or jewelry or accessories. I personally like to outline things based on the side where my light source is going to be coming in when I color it. But other times when I'm feeling lazy, and it generally is because I'm feeling lazy, I'll kind of outline the whole thing in white, and that also is really beneficial if you're trying to make that specific like appendage or that maybe that clothing fold or something like that really separate from the rest of the drawing. And finally, in the case of where I'm not into the white outline, especially because I'm not trying to make something pop, but I also don't want my line art or my artwork to look like a cluttered mess, I do the opposite. Rather than adding to it, I like to erase a part of it to make things clearer. This is kind of a little bit of a harder tip for me to explain, but I personally like to trace along the item that blends in with another part of the drawing with the eraser tool to create an illusion that clarifies what I'm looking at without actually looking at the whole outline. And you can see that I'm doing this with the eyelashes. The eyelashes are blending in with the rest of the bangs, but I am tracing along the bangs and erasing the eyelashes to give it almost like a sheer look. And I do apply this to sheer clothing. I apply this to glass. Like I said, I apply this to eyelashes. Again, you can definitely get creative with this idea. Erasing a part of your line work can definitely benefit the overall line art that you are drawing. Anyways, that's all the tips and tricks I have for this video. I actually decided to create this video because I just released some free for use bases on my Ko-fi for members only and wanted to give some advice along with it. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell if you want to know every time I upload a new video. If any of my tips or tricks help or are being used by you, comment below with what you created, or maybe even share your cool new drawing you made with my advice in mind. Anyways, thank you so much, and you have a good day, little hammies.